Alright, we got a cursed submission to Dusk's Q here. Really quick, Three Fishies. Three Fishies is a mod creator. This is not the one, I just wanted to check it really quick. You could try this one out as well, but for a future run. So I got it in my queue here. Echo Right. Okay, let's put any of them. This one probably not as hard, but that one could be a potential one. Donate Donor's Move. But the one we're working on today is a submission to Dusk's Q. It is Shardtail Queen Restore. Okay, we'll give this a shot here. It's typically an okay combo. The restores aren't necessarily, they're massively worse than the root seeds would be in this combo. I don't think restore is very good for this combo, but we'll give it a shot here. Okay, we got really good removal with the Horn Break. Restores plus Wild with Sep, I guess, is not the worst thing in the world. The reason I don't particularly like Restore with Hellhorned is it doesn't play nicely with armor. Having both just doesn't make sense most of the time. Do one or the other, and usually armor is better. And also, the Awoken Hollow just really isn't likely something I would use, but it is an option. Alright, tough bosses. Let's get it going here. I'll do this first. Definitely this. I don't think Cleansing Water is all that good, and this is really good most of the time. The Imperialist. I think we're good to take the money here. Could have maybe checked the map first, but generally that money is always getting taken. This should be fine. The boss is easy. The troop is tough, but with the Horn Breaks and the Imperialist, I don't think so. How do I want to do this? I think because definitely the next... Oh wait, it's 10 shards, so I'm actually... I could go bottom here if I wanted. Just don't know if I want to. I think we should not. It's probably fine. So we go here. That dies. This is pretty easy so far. That's how Imperialist usually is. Sometimes you get a bad draw. For the most part, you're gonna be fine. I'm gonna try to just finish this below. I should be getting the Horn Breaks. I need to use both of these to kill that. I'm just trying to calculate if the restore actually pushes me over the point of beating this guy. Do I get a whole 40 damage out of it? What does the current thing do? Would it just buy me one? I would have to buy 4 extra turns. That being said, even if I'm buying an extra... So this represents 5 damage to me currently. If I were to do this, he has trample. I think I should go down here overall. So I got 10 there, which would, yeah, I think we're just doing this. We don't want to take an additional hit from that guy. It's either that or try and find a way to do 40 damage between these two floors, which I just don't think was likely to ever happen. Alright, this is a pretty easy fledgling imp. I think because I have Imperialist, because I have Horn Breaks, I don't think I take the Glimmer. It still would be pretty good into these, though. It is a better card than these. These aren't very good cards. I guess Steel Enhancer is significantly better than Sharpen, but it's still not. I don't think Steel Enhancer is a very good card. It's like a better Fortify. It's just value-wise it's good, but actual impact-wise, keep in mind Monster Train is a very fast game at Covenant 25. And Steel Enhancer is just way too slow. You know, so there are some runs where you can hold it over and get a spell chain on it, and that's okay. It's still not amazing though, it's still... That's like the nuts with it. I might still just take the Glimmer. You know, plus 30, plus 10 Pierce are pretty open to it. Okay, Multi-Strike. Dude, I actually could make Consumer honestly work with this. The idea would be to just stack a floor up top with Wayne's Imps and clear everything else before it gets there, and then on the second cycle through, we just play the Consumer. But I don't know. We have a Resonant Shard. Branded Warrior is... This is probably the best combo for Branded Warrior because of the sweepers. So I might just do that. Granted, there is only one Awoken Banner left. It's opposite some pretty good stuff. So, in general though, I have a multi, and I believe there was health anyway. I think we would just do this. Should be fine. I can also re-roll for Endless. Boom. Okay, well we're off to an incredibly powerful start, I must say. Spell. I don't think we need any of these. Still not a... If I find a sweeper, I would still probably put Branded Warrior into it. Maybe even an Animus. I mean, really an Animus is still better than this. So there's still a possibility we put this into an Awoken unit. But right now we're fine. We certainly have offense figured out. Just a defense. We could go regen for defense, but we'll see. Right unit draft. Easiest troop and boss. Armor 10 is probably not really an issue for us considering we do 20 damage here. We can tank with her. Just gotta make sure we don't go to 13 attack there. Yeah, pretty powerful. I would say with the Resonant Shard, normally I would always self-infuse Fledgling up here, but because we have Imperialist, because I have Resonant Shard, I think it might be Welder Helper here. This again does play into the whole awkwardness of I have these regen cards, but I think probably this is just better. I'll have enough rage. I don't know though, I think maybe self-infused Fledgling is still better. Awoken has so many defensive options. I'm gonna do that. We don't need a razor sharp at all. I don't think I need another glimmer either. Got the one that I already have to put stuff into. I could also argue not going left here. I think I will though. I would add health to it at this point. Could front line for a lot of this. It's either. I think we might skip here. I don't think these are particularly good for us. We're looking to. I mean, I could take the Deado. I just don't think we need it. Here we go. So, like I said, I think we just take this husk and put the Branded Warrior in. Does suck. This is expected with Branded Warrior, honestly. So we definitely go left here. We got money for it. I doubt we take the Hellhorn banner, but... I mean, yeah. Definitely would do quick. Does mean I can't really re-roll here. We don't need another banner. We're just going to run everything on one floor here. 25 there is fine. How's a temple placement? So we'll get our fusions here. It's possible I want to Hellvent that imp, so I might do the imp first. I know it'll be a little awkward, but I can use either banner right now. I'm going to take this before, just in case it's spending money. Could get more rage. I don't really think I need it when I have the imps and the Branded Warrior essence. So I think maybe just sapping the divinity would be pretty good for the bosses. Damage. You could do descend and then it opens up the drop cage. I wouldn't really want ascend, I don't think, because I mean, I guess I could. We want to descend. I guess I could have also just done the buff route. That would have been a pretty good buff, but yeah, whatever. Are we hitting any more steals? Yeah. 2 it looks like. So we'll look for multi there. It's probably not necessary though with the amount of rage we have. Just to say quite a lot. For this fight. Could go bottom. I don't know that it makes a whole lot of sense. Do we go sweeper or Branded Warrior in this fight? I think sweeper. Could have actually got around Ember Drain there. Oh well. One short of lethal is what it is. Let's get rid of a damage shield. Nah, let's just get in. Start stacking some regen. Now, I don't know if we go pip upgrade or not. Alright. Like, Pip upgrade could make sense. They're hitting a caverns there, and probably a caverns there, so... Probably a caverns there, so 3 caverns. I'm likely to get some Pip-related upgrade, honestly. I say likely, which doesn't necessarily mean over 50% of the time, but like... Maybe if I could ballpark like 35%-ish, because you know, there's 3 or 4 events that help with Pip, and all of them are available at all those rings. Well, I know one thing, I'm not taking these. This is not a deck where One Horn Toe makes sense and the other cards are just never really working. I think Reinforce is actually a pretty bad card. It's usually a mistake to take it. So Pip or draw? Obviously the ceiling with Pip is much higher, but I do feel like draw is probably better. And I know it's weird because I am Helventing this thing, right? But I think just making sure I get to it is going to be pretty key. I think we're going to go full Imperialist. I don't think we're going to like flex Imperate if it's offered or anything. Right, so we go here first so I can Hellvent it. I can go Pip on the final upgrade. Get Pierce there. That's okay. Don't need a spell chain. We're already given, if it's Party Boy, he's already getting multi-strike. Am I good into Stealth Boss? I'd have to imagine I am. So, get rid of these. It's Diligence, so... I mean, I don't actually need any of my spells currently, but... yeah. Definitely just go full Imperialist here so we can get that 80 health power spike. Imagine if Wrathful Prince had that 80 health power spike. That'd be pretty nice. Yeah. A little scary if we leak, which could happen, but... I think we still go Hermit. Guess you're dying no matter what. I've got a lot of crap in this deck. We can just let him up. Ideally, should have just killed that, but I knew that we were winning, so I'm doing stupid stuff to get extra score. Okay, these are incredible. I think because I'm not really hitting any Merchant of Magics on this run, quite literally not hitting any, I don't actually know if I take the Tiresome Climb. It is obviously a little bit redundant with this. I don't know though. I do have to keep Husk Hermit alive, and certainly would be a way to do it. This just gets me more rage. I think we take this. We could still hit a -2 on a thing. Could have maybe taken Graph, but yeah. If it's Stealth Boss, I probably should take this. Well, I'd say this is pretty... Wow, I'd say it's kind of blessed so far. Like, I don't... I'm trying to think, like, what you would do to not end up with a good run here. Even if you went here and missed on Branded Warrior, this run doesn't need Branded Warrior. I mean, as you've seen, I've been doing it with the vanilla Husk. Even though we're going to merge them here. But like there's been 2 multis. Granted, you might not hit that first multi, but again, we didn't need it. I've been using the Husk ever since that first fight with Branded Warrior. Even got like the -2 here. Like, it's looking pretty good to me. It's looking pretty good to me. I don't think we need to intrinsic anything. I don't think we need these. Probably even remove some stuff with money here. Because I'm not hitting a Merchant of Magic. Yeah, I think we should still remove the restores. I think our days... I might spend my Hellvents on the days card. But for now, let's remove those. Don't want to remove too many. But yeah, I want to have... want to make sure I'm not dying to this. This mark gives me so much extra rage. All right. I don't think this deck needs an Inferno at all, especially if I'm not hitting magics. Even an Imp in a box, I guess that's like acceptable, but probably not all that necessary. I could probably do a Pyrogrow in this deck. I have been a little bit in need of Ember. Let's hope for a pip-related thing. Sure. Highly doubt I'll need it, but sure. The imp skill just isn't really going to be that useful to me, honestly. I would have had to hit a pip-related thing there. Just take the mild benefit that that gives me. Going into this fight, it'll be nice to have another one of them. We also could set up bottom. I'm not opposed to that. I think given that I started with all of this, let's set up bottom. Maybe like that. We don't know if he'll come back here, but if he does, we're probably looking at flying kill. Yep. Yeah, you know it's strong when you're getting a flying kill on Fel. Ooh. Yeah. It's win more at this point, but I'm obviously taking it. I think I still take a pip upgrade here. Sure, this cavern will give me a pip-related thing now. I could have probably actually gone left there, but it's too much perceived value for me to miss over here. Alright, I'm definitely taking that. Let's take a look here. Did I not call it? Did I not call it? I am psychic. It always happens that way. It's like, you take the pip upgrade and then you don't need it. I mean, I guess I could still helmet another imp, but now the imp sickle would have been amazing. Absolutely amazing, but whatever. Wait, what else do you got for me? Hell's Banners. Sap Tap actually probably would have been better there, but I'm not gonna not give up that. We might as well go to the Shardville now, right? Like, how am I gonna lose? Well, I could lose to Diligent still on Shardville. Not with the adaptive mutation, though. I could double pierce this, as weird as that is. Just for the heal. Sure. Yeah, let's add some difficulty. Spell chain there. This will be fun. This will be fun. I'm going to have me some fun. I don't think we need the Imp Parade. I'd rather have the 80 health. I don't care about the bomb. I think between Hell's Banners and Queen's Tail, I'm not going to be hurting for energy. Or extra imps. Actually, I guess I could actually use that extra imp. It would be a Queen's Imp though, so who cares? We should set up top here, most likely. I guess I don't need to. This should give me enough to set up bottom, so I might as well. We're all dying. I knew you'd go up there. I don't know where that guy came from. Stick is a little bit powerful. Just a wee bit. We cannot have that happening. We cannot have you dying. It's just not fair. My consumables are probably mostly bad, other than adaptive, to have returned. So, I don't know though. It'd be nice. It could be nice just to have this on endless. Steel. I feel like important work is most likely going to be the call. I'm not getting a flying kill on Seraph the Diligent. It'd be nice to get adaptive back. I'm debating hellventing the adaptive. I could hellvent the fledgling. Adaptive would solidify Diligent for me though. If I'm gonna hellvent that, I think the Impish Scholar might make sense. I don't know though. Important work is pretty good. I think Impish Scholar against Diligent also just... who the hell knows what's gonna get us back. And... I don't know, do I care about my spells still? Not really. I could take Engraft if I really wanted to preserve spells, but I just don't. This will be a 200 shard run. There's another endless. I don't think it's worth it. Probably could have been good though, especially if there's like an Ashes here. Right, we don't actually have any demons, unfortunately. It would be kind of cool when you fuse a unit, though, that the tribal word fuses as well. Railhammer doesn't do anything for us, right? Really. Curse Vines, I guess we could take into Diligent. It's honestly probably not needed, but I might as well take it. It'll feel better. It'll feel better. Maybe rearranging units might make sense too. In Divinity, I could bring the spikes to the front, which would be pretty good. You might as well take a Faulty Loader. Go here. Emblem of the Exiles could be good into Dilly. And Helmet that. Still, I think. Do I want to do anything here? I doubt it. So just get rid of these. Get rid of one of them. Alright, feeling pretty good about this. It's a very powerful run. There will be several stacks of stealth, so we gotta keep in mind there's 7 waves, and if I go bottom floor, which I probably will do, just have to make sure that we make use of the adaptive properly. I can hopefully descend. This is a weird one, but I might do this. I have another one coming. It was a pretty bad draw. Let's get that rage. Perfect. Bring him down. And let's just put these here. We definitely want to make sure that it doesn't die. Oh shit, that was actually horrible that I did that. I cost myself so much rage there. That was incredibly dumb. That was so incredibly dumb. Let's put some here. There's no spikes, luckily, but definitely to I'm definitely glad I took the cursed vines. Fucking what's up, dude? Playing like an absolute idiot. Alright, now we've won. Now we've won. I had 2 fine grasps. I mean, you can see here, I'm still losing shard to Oakland. Diligent, there was a post somewhat recently that 869, by the way, don't think I didn't see that, that was asking about shard and how they affect Seraph, and like I think it was like mentioned like something along the lines of like, oh, the Seraph only, they use the word only, gets stealth with shards, and I'm in the back of my mind I'm like, dude, that is by far the like the most effective change of shards as per the Seraph variants. Like by far, when I was doing 200 shard runs, Diligent was night and day harder at 200 shards than the other ones. Like really, it's, to me, it's negligible what all of the other Seraphs gain on 100 versus 200 shards, or maybe like 130 versus 200 even. Like Diligent is just like night and day different. Like I've had crazy builds that lose to Diligent 200 shards. Of course I'll take the blank pages. Why wouldn't I? Well, if I was tryharding, probably wouldn't, because it really isn't gonna do anything for me. Maybe I can get like Architect Penumbra though. Although that just still like wouldn't work because I would need 1 more pip. We're starting with this, so I think we can go to the bottom. I don't know, is there much point in me going to the bottom though? This does survive that hit. I think I scale faster by going to the bottom, so I think this makes sense. I actually could fit Architect Penumbra on if it gave it to me. Here, you can go up there and do nothing. Technically, if I get an Infector to pair with it, then we got a stew going. Don't want to make that mistake again. You have spikes coming up, but I can move them to the front, so you'll notice I got 50. It doesn't matter here because I can just do this, but just to demonstrate, see how I went from 15 down to 3? It's because once I kill this, those spikes go away, and the way the sweep resolves is left to right. That being said, I'm just going to do that, because why not? Reaper Prince, huh? Actually gonna just give the stuff there. Stole 2 of my kills, which maybe I shouldn't have done, but whatever. It was Sweeper Tethys, it would actually be pretty good here. Maybe this is still the best thing to put here. Just a 1-pip unit. Gives Frostbite, why not? This is gonna be a big buff. Harvest Rector. Oh, we're getting the flying kill. Can get in there. For that quad, or I guess quintuple champ at the end there. That was a fun one. That was a fun one. I would call that a blessed seed. I mean, I got 70k on it. But we'll see. I mean, I don't want to assume how the other run might have gone, the one that sort of ran into some struggles. Why did it show it? It just like randomly put a +1. Do you see that? It was like it randomly just said +160 just to that one. It's interesting. Well, that was a fun one. Let's take a look at what everyone did. Right. Huh. Very surprised to not see Endless on the Fledgling app. They took the trial. They should have had money for it. So, not sure what happened there. But still, this is fine. This is the exact same husk we have. No surprises there. Because we also saw Endless like at least twice, right? Maybe even 3 times. So for them, the Imp-Sickle makes a lot more sense though, right? They're not getting the Fledgling Imp back every turn. So their old magic, they went with the buff version, which again makes sense because they don't have Endless. Other than that, it's really not that different. They visited Merchant of Magics, I guess. I don't know. The magics didn't look too good to me on this one, so I think maybe that's why they either didn't get that first Endless, because maybe they went to the other side. Though if they have a Branded Warrior, I don't think they went to the other side. I'm trying to remember if there was 2 Branded Warriors. There might not have been. But yeah, I think because they went to the other routes, they just don't end up with the Endless. But that's fine. It's still obviously a very strong run, right? Like I was mentioning before, it seemed like no matter what you took on this run, it should have worked out. What did Mean have? Okay, Mean went with the Branded Warrior. Might have just seen that early multi-strike and had trouble letting go. I totally get it. Or he just wanted to run Branded Warrior. That's also acceptable. The funny thing is, it ended up being pretty strong with the Gurk's Goad. And the 1 pip, you can fit a bunch of them on a floor. Also did not end up with Endless though, so I'm curious as to how that happened twice here. You know, that last Hellvent also had Endless as like the first thing, didn't it? Because wasn't I like kind of regretting not having the Impish Scholar? So like, I am a bit surprised to see the lack of Endless on the Fledgling Imps here. But, you know, not hitting that Endless does influence some of these decisions, right? It's like, okay, I will take a Razor Sharp if I know I don't have a locked-in Fledgling Imp and such. But other than that, it really is still a similar deck at the end of the day. So Poe took the Shard. And again, did not end with the Endless. I'm the only one with Endless on the Imp. So I guess that already is a big difference. With him, I guess it makes a little more sense, though, because they didn't take the Trial. Spikes was money. With these two, I would have thought they could afford it. With this, then it's like, okay, they see the multi, and then they don't go for it. Also, am I remembering things correctly? Was it that first merchant that had the Endless? I feel like it did. I'm remembering things. It was an early one, at least. So, I don't know. Either way, though, and I will say this, I wouldn't be taking it important work if you didn't have Endless or the Imp Sickle. So I don't, and I wouldn't make this fusion either without Endless. So I think that's 25 shards that could have been better spent. You can always self-infuse this if you find Endless later. And this just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, the important work. I mean, yeah, you do got a lot of imps, but this was up against a Tiresome Climb. So Tiresome Climb definitely for this deck would have been better. Old Magic. I also wouldn't have taken this variant of the Old Magic, given that there is a lack of scaling here. I mean, you do have the Branded Warrior. I don't know. But yeah, I would have definitely went for the scaling here, offensively. It just doesn't feel like there's enough offensive scaling here. Truth be told, there's not enough defensive either. And there is the Steelworker. This would definitely be a deck where I would run 2 of these on their own floor and put the Queen on her own floor. So I don't know. I feel like pathing wise, I feel like he should end up with a Husk from what I remember. It wasn't this would have been the unit trial that I'm pretty sure the Husk was offered at. And you could have a quick sweeping Branded Warrior infused Husk that eventually gets multi, but even if it never got multi, you wouldn't need it. You can also just run 2 of them on a floor, right? If you don't get Endless on that Fledgling Imp, your planet scaling could just be to run 2 of them on a floor, and that will work. Just find out the defensive plan after that, which there would be options usually with Awoken, right? So this dies to Stealth Boss. I still feel like it should beat Stealth Boss. There's enough chump blockers here that it should. So maybe they just wasted their chump blockers before Stealth Boss showed up. Like, this should absolutely beat Stealth Boss. But yeah, so I think you know, walking it back, the advice here I would give is re-roll for Endless. I think people must not have re-rolled for it, or they didn't take the initial money. There's no world where I don't take the initial money on this run. You gotta be running Tethys for me to ever consider skipping the first things of money. Maybe a bad Primordium run, you know, just something like that. But definitely not with an Imperialist Queen. I'm never skipping gold. I'm never skipping the Divine Boon, honestly, with Imperialist. Or the Divine Horde. And I think they took the wrong old magic, given that they got stuck in this situation and didn't take the sweeper when I think they should have took the sweeper. And should have took Tiresome Climb. I mean, Tiresome Climb also could have bought them 2 extra hits on a Stealth Boss. Anything else? Just probably not committed shards to something that wasn't guaranteed to be worth it. That's a 25 shard committal. I don't like the speculative 25 shard moves. I don't even like speculative self-infused Titan Shark. Unless I'm running Melting, because there's enough outs with Melting, but like if I self-infuse this Shark and I don't find Endless, it's pretty bad. But this is even worse, right? Because this isn't even nearly as good as Shark is. And you know, if you're not getting Endless on this, then that was a huge... You're basically helping the enemy at that point. But yeah, that's basically what I would say there. I'll have to go back and check this Endless. Like I don't, maybe I'm misremembering how it came up, but that made a night and day difference, I think, for my run compared to the rest. I still think, given everything that showed up, I don't need the Endless for it to be amazing. I mean, I could have taken Razor Sharp Edge, I could have taken a different version of Old Magic. There's other ways, but obviously if there's Endless, take it. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.